It's that time. I've recently upgraded to a fridge in my van life setup. I'll be doing a review of this. This is the BougeRV CRPRO 30 quart refrigerator. Now BougeRV makes two different versions, the 30 quart and the 23 quart. This is a 12 volt car fridge that goes from -8 to 50 degrees Fahrenheit or -22 to 10 degrees Celsius. Now if you don't live in America like myself, you can switch this from Fahrenheit over to Celsius. So you're looking at a temperature you're used to seeing. This fridge measures 21 inches by 12.6 inches on the bottom and 12 inches tall. On the top, it's 9 inches in width. It can hold 15 550 milliliter bottles of water, 6 bottles of red wine, 30 cans of pop, 2 bottles of 1 gallon milk or 1 gallon juice jugs vertically, or 6 2-liter bottles of cola. The unit is water repellent, has UV protection, scratch resistant. There's also an optional insulated cover that you can use to protect the unit for extreme summer heat. The setup for my fridge I've had for the past couple years has been this bag. This is just a cooler bag, but this thing doesn't really work well. What happens is you put produce in here and then it gets all floppy at the bottom and then it starts to go moldy. For that reason, I've upgraded to this unit, the BougeRV. So let's just take you through all the features. First off, it's a fridge and it's a freezer and you don't need to use ice for it. So you open it up here, you can see I've got one side completely full and the other side empty, so you can see how much space is really in here. It's quite a lot. You can also take out the divider if you want to just use it for something bigger, if you want to put, I don't know, watermelon or something in there. It does have a listing for all the temperatures too, so if you want meat in here, you want it at -18. This unit does go down to -22 is what you can set the lowest at in Celsius, or 0 degrees Fahrenheit, and you can see seafood, frozen fruit, vegetables, cooked food, water, etc. I find it works best at about -3. -3 is great if you want to keep things really cold. If you have just like apples or whatever and some drinks, put it at 0 degrees and it works just fine. You can see here if you're just having fruits, 5 degrees, 5 to 8, canned drinks, 5 degrees. It all really depends what you're putting in here, but the fact you don't have to put any ice in here if you want to use it as a freezer is great. Thing to note is if you do use it as a freezer, it's going to use more energy. So you can see on the display here, if you push this button, it's got max flashing there. If you push it again, it switches to eco. So that basically switching it from 45 watts down to 36 watts. So we're testing out the temperatures. Let's take this inside. I'm going to plug it into my wall outlet in my house. That way we can test it on steady power so there's no inconsistencies in the results. So this is what the fridge sounds like when it's already at its temperature and it's not running. As you can hear, there's absolutely no noise. Now if we're to lower the temperature, you can see here, -15. Right now I have it set to -9, so it's not running. If we drop it down, so now it'll turn on. So now it's firing up. So it's very quiet. And the most amount of noise is coming from down here. And even this is like, it's quiet. You can't even really hear it that much. In my testing of this unit, I've tested at multiple different temperatures. We've got it 0 degrees right now. And I know you guys can't feel it, but it's very cold in here like a fridge. I find 0 degrees is what's good for a fridge. You can drop this down. This goes all the way down to -22. You can push and hold it and then it goes quicker. But I got down to -15, it was already a freezer in there, so I don't know if you really need to go that low, but it does have that option. So I'm doing all this testing in here under steady power in the house. That way there's no variance that can come from my power unit, my power station in my car, and I just have a fair testing ground for all the different temperatures. So a couple hours later here, you can see I've got -18 in there. I've set it to -22, so it does take some time to get it that low. But if we open this up, it'll be very cold in here. It is, I mean, you can see there's ice forming in here. This is very much a freezer, but my oranges are rock hard now, as you can hear. So this does actually act as a freezer. Pretty amazing having this on the road. And we hold that and go all the way back up. It goes up to 10 degrees. After that, you wouldn't need a fridge. So it's also got this thing here, which is a secret compartment. You can open that up and you can see I've got the power cable here. This is a wall plug. So this will just plug from the unit here directly into either my power station back there or into a wall socket. It also comes with this. So this plug can actually go through this grommet back here into a power bank, a 220 watt power bank you can use with a solar panel. This end here goes into the unit itself. You can use this as a storage container as well if you want to put certain fruits or vegetables that you want room temperature here. I use it just to put my power brick in there, but that just clips down like that. Push and hold to turn it off. 1, 2, 3. and it's off. Some other features here, you can see you can put your drinks here, and it has a place for them to actually sit in there. There's a bottle opener right here, so you can crack your bottles there. It has handles on both sides to lift it, and also has these tie down straps, which you can see here. I've got it tied down around my front chair here. So now it's starting to boot up. This is what it sounds like. So there's no real loud boot up noise. It just quietly comes on and then goes off. There's not like some abrupt noise that would wake you up in the middle of the night. So you can see I've got mine on the edge of the seat here, and then I make sure I have enough room I can close it. And from the other side, you can see here, it's tied around this tie down point. And then I use the armrest and I just squeeze that over there. So now this is not going anywhere. It can't go forward and it can't go side to side. That's how I have mine set up. Now, a lot of people would use these tie down points in the back of a vehicle, whether that's back here somewhere, which I could fit it back there, but I decided to put it up front there. It's just a better place to bring it in and out if I want to wash it out, and just putting my groceries in and stuff. I like having my power stations here, but I could put it there, and then I would use those tie down points to anchor it to different points on the car. You can also anchor it to the floor of the car. They have little rings down there, and you would just use some straps and use those tie down points. So I'll show you guys how this sets up. So it just plugs in down there, and I've got my wire going through here to the back here. You can see the cord right here. Then this goes underneath down here behind this chair and over to my EcoFlow River Pro. You can see here it's pulling about 45 watts right now while it's cooling. And then my EcoFlow, I can plug into these two batteries that are down here to charge it. I can also use these two batteries to charge my BougeRV unit. So if all those other batteries run out, I've got this one as well, which is an 1152 watt hour. So to give you guys some numbers, this runs in either 36 watts on eco mode or 45 watts watt hours in the high mode. Now, it doesn't need to run that all day because it's a fridge or a freezer. It holds the cool in there. So it works out to be about 450 watts at 45 watts to run for a full day, for a full 24 hours, or 360 watts for the 36 watt eco mode. So if you do the math on that, my EcoFlow River Pro has 720 watt hours, so I can run it for 2 days. We're talking this unit here, so I could run this for 2 full days just off of this power. My BougeRV unit would be able to run it for 3 days. And these two batteries I have underneath here are 1280 watt hours each. So these can run it for just over 3 days each. Now those numbers are using the 36 watt eco mode, but together that's almost 13 days I could run this as a fridge in eco mode. That's what you'd be doing. As a freezer, it's going to be higher. You can start doing that math. So this works out to be 9.5 days to run this as a freezer using all these batteries. Now what's cool is it has a compartment here, which you can put a power bank, a 220 watt power bank in there with a grommet back here. And it comes with a cable to plug that in, and you can plug that in with a solar panel if you want to take this out of the vehicle, go into the bush, go car camping, go down to the river with friends and take it down to the river and kind of have it there all day just running. It's got power with it, plus you'll be getting some from the sun. So as for cables, it comes with a cigarette lighter, one like this. It comes with a power brick like this to plug it into the wall. I could also use this to plug this into my vehicle while it's running or into one of my power stations. And it comes with this plug, which is the one that goes through the grommet hole to use as the power bank. So you've got this plug here. I'm pretty happy with this unit. It fits well in this vehicle. I don't have a huge vehicle. I don't have a large van for van lifing, so it fits perfect on the front seat here. I've had no problems with the unit. It cools down real quick. It stays cold, and even when it's in freezer mode, it doesn't really build up that much ice inside, just a little bit down. There's like some holes where all the cool comes out. So you can see here, there's just a tiny bit right there. That's where all the cold comes out, is from the top there. So that's where you're gonna get a little bit of buildup, but it's really nothing. It does have a built-in LED light, so if you're opening this up in the dark, you can actually see what's going on in here. I'm gonna take all this stuff out of here just so you can see what it looks like. Completely empty, but there's quite a bit of space. You can see I've got 2 avocados, 2 limes, a mango, 3 oranges, an apple, an entire loaf of bread, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cans of pop in there. So that's what it looks like empty. You can take out this middle divider. You can see it's quite large. I believe only the larger unit here comes with this divider. So that does it for this review for the BougeRV. I'm quite happy with this unit. For multiple years, I've been using a freezer bag, and once you go to a fridge, you can't go back. I'm quite happy with this thing. I've got no problems with it. It's quiet, it's energy efficient. It doesn't take up too much space in my vehicle, but has lots of storage. It's just the right size and shape. It fits perfectly on this chair here. So I highly recommend it. If you guys want to check it out, I'll leave a link in the description. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.